The name of my sustainable lifestyle brand is Jas It Up. I founded it back in 2016. It used to be just a custom headband collection. I used to play in funky headbands. I was in Orlando at the time and thought it'd be a really good idea to just connect with the fan base and encourage people to embrace their individuality. It was so well received that I decided to start to incorporate other things that I was passionate about. Obviously the environment and life outdoors. So I started using eco-friendly materials for the headbands, and then I would use a portion of the proceeds to fund beach cleanups. That got people more and more excited about it. This jacket is made out of recycled nylon, and I was inspired to use this material because nylon is what pollutes the oceans the most, mostly in the form of discarded fishing nets, but I really wanted to bring that knowledge to people. I've really started to just focus on all natural materials because they have the least impact on the environment. So when you think of what you do with your clothes when you're done with them, you would like to think that most people donate or repurpose them and find new ways, but sometimes they're not salvageable and they have to go in the trash, and natural materials break down the fastest. So in the long term, they'll impact the environment the least. To me, community means supporting and uplifting others around you. In 2019, I tore my ACL, so I had a ton of time on my hands, and I decided to rebrand and relaunch it as a full clothing line. Every collection I put out, I tie to either a social justice issue or an environmental issue to just educate and inspire people to lead a sustainable lifestyle. I've always been interested in the environment. I was a biology major in college. I grew up on Long Island, New York, so lived at the beach as a kid, was always outside. But I think I started to realize the impact climate change could have on us during Hurricane Sandy. My dad worked for the power company at the time, and he was on mandatory 16-hour shifts for 3 weeks, just out there in the storm. I mean, not only was it scary for us, but knowing that he was out there in the thick of it, just helping as best he could. I was like, okay, like, this is a big deal. It's hitting people now. It's affecting people, particularly in coastal communities. And we should just be more aware of it and more aware of the ways that we can make daily changes in our life that will have a big impact. Whānau means family. It's the Māori word for family, which is the indigenous population in New Zealand. What makes Jas It Up unique is that it truly is an extension of myself. There's a little bit of me in every collection that I put out, whether it's from the color scheme, the messaging, the style of the clothes. I just feel like it's really people get to have a piece of me with this brand that I'm sharing with them.